Welcome to If You Even Care. Thank you for caring. And I'm your host, Taylor, which I'm only saying now for the first time ever because I think if you've only ever watched me on YouTube, I don't know if my name is anywhere that you can see. So I don't even know if anybody would know my name. I think I've said it a couple of times in the context of like a story, but I don't think it's visible anywhere. So feels like something that you would want to know if you were listening to somebody talk for 30 minutes to an hour. So we did hit 1K on YouTube, which is very exciting. And I'm really thankful to anybody who's subscribed recently. I didn't think that we were going to get here so soon. So full transparency, still working out the kinks on that religion that I was going to hard launch. I thought that I'd have a little bit longer. I'm trying to see if I can work Liquid IV and maybe MeUndies into the deal. See if they want a piece of the pie. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out. So once we figure out how to collaborate on that and how we would work that into the religion, it'll be coming your way. Trust. It'll be coming for all of us. How are you guys? Perfect. How am I? I'm really glad that you asked that. Let me refer to my notes to tell me how I am. Something I did this week for the first time ever, I took one of those personality tests. I did the 16 personalities one. I do think that that's different from the Myers-Briggs personality test. I would not be able to tell you how they're different, but I do think they are different. The one that I got, it's the personality type ENFP-T. That's the campaigner. So extroverted, 57%, intuitive, 91%, feeling, 72%, prospecting, 83%, turbulent, whatever that might mean, 69%. They're playing with me. Shout out to my ENFPs. I didn't know that I was one of you, but apparently it's like 7% of us. That would sound like it's not a lot, but 7% out of 16 different personalities. Yeah, it actually might be a good chunk. The turbulent campaigner is enthusiastic, creative, highly perceptive, thrive on deep emotional connections and new possibilities. They're deeply introspective, sensitive to stress. Go ahead and clark that. Constantly strive for self-improvement and can be prone to self-doubt and overthinking. Well, yes. They are more reflective and sensitive to the opinions of others than like assertive types. So an imaginative and curious sounds like likely to be unemployed if I were to sum this all up. So I took that and that was interesting because it does feel pretty true to who I am. But then I'm like, would I feel that way if I read a different description as well? And it's one of those personality tests where it's like you have to rank how much you agree or disagree with something. And every time I take one of those, I always feel like I'm giving the wrong answer. Like I could go more in the middle on some things, but I feel like I have to have a strong opinion one way or the other on everything. I tried to do it to the best of my ability. But at the bottom of the page, it gives you a bunch of people like celebrities and like fictional characters who share that same personality type with you. So I was like, let me see it. I would like to take a look. I am up there in the same group with Michael Scott from The Office and Bill Cosby and Amy Schumer and Jerry Seinfeld. I love the show Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld is a fucking creep who dated a girl in high school and ended up marrying her. So that is very good. Who else? Who? I know Robin Williams is one of those. Come on. List of famous people with ENFP personality type. Charles Dickens. That's very interesting. How did he get a computer to be able to do that? George Carlin. Ellen. Wonderful. Andy Kaufman. Ricky Gervais, didn't he do the whole, he did a whole comedy special about cancel culture or something? That's awesome. Sandra Bullock, Daniel Radcliffe. So it's me, Jewel, Joan Jett, Ozzy Osbourne, Gwen Stefani, Guys, just come over. Just come over and hang out. Like, we already have so much in common. Not everybody's going to be invited. I'm going to need Amy Schumer, Jerry Seinfeld, quite a few people on this list to sit their ass at home. Willy Wonka. The original Willy Wonka. That movie really scared me as a kid. I did not like that Willy Wonka. I think that was the point. It was a little bit scary. It was very dark. The 11th Doctor. I've never watched Doctor Who. Is this a good thing? Yes or no? I do know that this actor is the same one that plays Damon in House of the Dragon. So that's good enough for me. That's all I needed. It was interesting. I think I'm going to take the Myers-Briggs one just to see if I get the same thing, because I just don't trust myself with that kind of test. I'm like, how do I not trust myself to know how likely I am to try a new food or to like make a new friend? What if I just go down the middle on everything? I kind of want to do that and find out what that would give me. And another first for me this week, baby's first AI accusation. I had a comment in like the comment jail, the comments you have to review and approve. I don't know how they end up in there because some of them are literally just like a laughing emoji. Girl, go ahead. You can go to the comment section. Get out of here. But I don't know if it's like that user, sometimes it's keywords, but then sometimes it's like, does this user normally comment bad stuff? And now they're just getting flagged for no reason. This guy commented and said, this person is 100% AI. I went through their whole page and looked at their clips, and these are definitely AI generated. The clips being clips of me doing this, sitting on my bedroom floor, telling jokes or stories. What did I do? What did I do that gave the impression of like AI? If this was AI, I promise you, my jawbone would be up to my earlobes. I was like, is it the way I'm talking? Is it the way that I look? Is it what I'm saying? Because that could be a compliment, or it could be like the way that I'm talking is like uncanny. What was it? Unless they're just in psychosis. And that's very possible too. I had a choice. Do I approve the comment? Do I delete it? Do I approve it and then defend myself? Or would that open the door for other AI truthers to come in and go, you know what? I also looked at her page and she is AI. And then I'm here on my iPhone in Pennsylvania going, but I'm real. And then there's this little creeping thought in the back of my head that's like, but what if you are AI? What if you were? You know, when like, you know, something isn't true, it might be like an OCD thing, or maybe it's just an everybody thing. Maybe it doesn't have to be OCD. Maybe everybody does this. You know, like I think everybody has kind of like looked over the edge of something and had an intrusive thought of like, what if I jumped? I think it's like that. It's like, well, what if I am AI? What if I'm not real? Scary. And then what do I do to prove it? I'm going to have to come to your house. I'm going to have to come over. Or dox myself. And I don't want you in my house. I don't want those people in my house. Don't come to my house. You're going to track things on my rug, my IKEA rug, and I'm not going to have that because that rug already looks like shit. That rug is so matted down. I thought when I moved in here, I was going to have a rule. Everybody take off their shoes when you come in. I don't enforce that rule. I've never enforced it. Maybe for a day. Maybe one day my sister came over and said, would you mind taking your shoes off? And that's it. So that rug looks like trash and I won't get rid of it because I love it. And then these AI truthers are going to come over to prove that I'm real, and they're going to track across my rug, spook my cat. I can't do it. So they're just going to have to believe that I'm AI. So to prevent all of that, I deleted the comment. Fuck you. It's my page. So I don't know who put in the prompt for me to delete that, but it didn't actually bother me. It was funny, but also scary because there are people out there who like everything that they see online, they're going to be questioning everything. I'm like, what did you catch in like the background? And like you saw like a weirdly like vibrant pixel or something. What did I do? Was it me? Let me know. Because I'm not trying to invite more of that. That motherfucker is not real. That motherfucker is not real. And then it's me sitting on my floor telling a joke about propeller hats. All right. That's okay. There were a few comments in comment jail that were kind of funny. Somebody just commented, "Who are you?" Well, loaded question. And who the fuck are you? That's like somebody coming over to your house and then being like, who are you? It's my house. You don't get to ask me that. Someone else just commented the R slur straight up. Never had that before. So just commented the R slur. What made it interesting, not just gross, but like interesting, was that they had a Steven Universe profile picture. I'm pretty sure that was a Steven Universe profile picture. Is like the theme of that show not like empathy and like love? Like, is it not about like the power of love? You got to engage with the material. If you consider yourself a Steven Universe stan, take something away from it. Take away a lesson. I was like, is this like a cover up for the sinister things that they say online, this profile picture? Or is it like this person has always practiced what Steven Universe preaches, but there's something about me and my video that just like brought out something dark within them, something that they don't even understand themselves, and they just felt compelled to reach for some kind of slur and comment it. And then the rest of them were like normal comments that just get put in comment jail. Anytime I've ever opened up that thing to approve comments, I have been holding my breath, like eyes closed, squeezed tight, scared to see what's in there. But it is mostly positive things because people are mostly good. So earlier I got a video. Something is happening to my algorithm the last couple of days where I've been nonstop getting videos of people like making dinner for their 10 kids or like making dinner for their husbands to take to work. It's like been a lot of that. So I keep getting videos of like kids misbehaving and stuff too. Like kids acting up in the store and like just like parent stuff. I'm like, this is not the algorithm I'm supposed to have. I don't think that this is for me, and somehow mine has gotten switched with somebody else's. I did stop at some point hitting not interested because I did become curious. Now it's my fault. Initially, I don't know what happened. Now I know that it's me. But I keep getting videos of kids like acting up or like just like moms being like, "Moms, you know when kids are bad?" And then all the moms in the comments are like, "Yup." Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty familiar, but I'm not seeing any gentle parenting really at work in these comment sections. I'm seeing a lot of the opposite, which is concerning. But like, if there's a video of a kid in a store throwing a fit because they want a toy or just starting to get upset over something, there is going to be a comment somewhere that's like, "Somebody didn't get beaten with a hot curling wand and it shows." If I behaved like that, it would have been salt for dinner for 3 weeks. Okay? And they're not saying it in a way of like, here's this tragic, horrible thing that used to happen to me when I was a kid and I used to act like a kid. It's more like, what's his problem? How often are you hitting him with a curling iron? Because surely it can't be enough. Like it's over some of the dumbest shit. Like on a video of a kid crying, you know how like kids cry because like they're kids and they're little and their brains aren't developed yet. You know, it'll be a comment like, "Yeah, that shit right there, I would have been smoking a pack of cigarettes." Yeah, my mom would have sat me down and I would have had to smoke a pack of cigarettes. And it's not like, it's like they're saying it like, yeah, you can tell that kid's never had a Newport in their life. Why do you want that for other people? That shouldn't have happened to you. That should have never happened to you. I'm sorry that happened to you. And listen, we were all affected in the Journal Factory explosion. That took a toll on every one of us. But you have to take that and repeat it to somebody that has a degree framed on their wall. Should have never happened to you, and let's not wish it on anybody else. Even if you see that video and you're like, damn, that kid's annoying. Well, they're not yours. So let's not be like, have you tried hitting him? Just wondering. Mama, you are doing great. Okay? You're doing great, Mama Bear. Try hitting him a little bit. Like, that's what it sounds like when people are like, I would have never been able to pull that off. I would have been thrown down the stairs, brought back up, and rolled down a second time. There's no way. Not in my household. Like, there has to be another way to discipline children. And you have to consider that. Like, there's got to be some other kind of way. And I'm not saying kids aren't annoying. That is like in their nature. That's like a part of it. Is like when you have a child, you have to know sometimes this kid's really gonna fucking annoy me. It's like in the job description, and it's gonna like really push your buttons sometimes, but like, holy shit, damn. And it's something like similar to that on just about every one of those videos. Same thing with people who own dogs. Dogs aren't easy. And now you're gonna notice that my voice is gonna get lower, because I'm going to be talking about the neighbors upstairs who, I don't know if, like, what do I think is happening? Yes, the walls are made of paper, but like, do I think they have their ear to the floor? Or like, I don't know if I think they have the place bugged, but you never know. I can't be sure. They have a dog. It's an annoying dog. It's a big pit bull and it cries, and I don't know what it is, but it makes the same sound. It's like right back there where the TV is. In my bedroom, I think that's where its cage is. Every day, it makes a sound. I think it's the sound of it like getting up abruptly, but it sounds like it's spawning in out of nowhere and just hitting the floor. It's like this big thud, and then you're like, the dog's been activated. There goes the dog. It's so fucking loud. And then it just like, it sounds like it's throwing itself against the wall. Like if somebody knocks on their door, the dog sounds like it's in like wrapped up, like in a white padded room, like it's in one of those things, like strapped up, and it's like shaking all over the place, like throwing itself against the wall. It's not like normal dog excitement, like a skittering of nails on the floor. It's like, why is it throwing itself? How is it even capable, even for a big dog, of making that kind of sound? It's like more than a person could make if they were trying to do it on purpose. Like, the dog can be annoying, I'm sure. They talk to that dog like crazy. I heard the other day, it's the woman. She like gets so fucking mad at the dog, so mad. And when the dog like starts like getting loud, like spawns in, activates, and then like starts like throwing itself at stuff, she'll go, shut the fuck up, motherfucker, shut the fuck up. And then the other day she told it to suck her dick. It's not funny for the dog. That's actually like, I feel really fucking bad. When I do see them take the dog out, it's fine. Like the guy, I think it's the guy's dog. I don't really know. Why are you telling a dog to suck your dick? You can't have that dog. The dog's gotta go. Because you guys don't gel. That's just not fair to either one of you, I guess. But especially to the dog. I know it doesn't know what you're saying, but you know what you're saying to it. How is that not like, wow, if I'm at the point where I'm saying, motherfucker, suck my dick, maybe I gotta find you a new home. Maybe you gotta go somewhere else, bud. That and their horny cat, who's the cutest thing ever, who I wish I could have just picked up and taken that day that it came in my apartment. These poor animals. I feel so fucking bad. But they just keep letting her like chill in the hallway where our doors are, like the door to our apartment. So she keeps trying to come inside. And I'm dangerously close. So hold on to your girl. It's crazy though. I'm like, I'm sure I've never had a dog. Never. I've always owned cats. I am sure sometimes they come in, start ripping shit up, like jumping on the couch, jumping on you, whatever it is, like being loud or making a mess. And I'm sure it gets infuriating sometimes. But damn. Suck my dick? Like to a dog? That's like, is that not crazy? Like, sit down or like, get the fuck out or whatever. Suck my dick? I was like, Am I hearing? Is there a person in there? No. She's talking to the dog. Anyway, me complaining about my neighbors, ASMR, I guess. But when I was looking at the pages, like the comment sections for the mom pages where they're like, you know, none of that gentle parenting stuff over here. You need to smack that kid. Like stuff like that. I was like, how was I punished growing up? I feel very thankful that like my mom was not the kind of mom who like hit us. I didn't grow up in one of those households. I know that's like realistically how it should be for everybody, but not everybody gets that, unfortunately. So there were like times when my brothers got spanked, and there was a time when I got popped in the mouth. Had it coming, some might say. I took a can of house paint when I was like six or 7 years old, was taking it up to my room. Whatever I had in store for that paint was not good. It was going to be a nightmare. So thankfully I got caught because I spilled some in the hallway. So I was going to try to clean it up. My mom got mad. She had to scrub the floor and try to get the paint out of the carpet in a place that we were renting too. So it was just bad. And I remember I was bringing something to her. She was pissed off at me. I was bringing her something that she needed for cleaning the floor, and she's on hands and knees scrubbing purple paint out of a beige carpet. And I remember she said, first of all, what were you planning on doing with this paint? And then she went back to scrubbing. And then I went, and second of all. And when I think about it, I think maybe I was trying to be funny, because sometimes I would do stuff like that, stuff that didn't land. But like my intention was to like make them laugh. And my mom popped me in the mouth. And it happened so fast. So fast. I did not see it coming. And she didn't do stuff like that. So I knew like she's irate. And I just kind of stood there feeling stupid. And then I went to my room. And she apologized for it. She said, I'm sorry that I did that. But like, yeah, everybody's got a limit. And I think that, and second of all, might have pushed her to it. Like there was just some stuff that I did as a kid where I'm like, like I told my mom's business. I think like her and my stepfather got into an argument about something, and I told my friend and her mom who lived next door. So somehow it came up in conversation. I think it was like a funny thing that she was telling her, that like I was talking about it. And my mom was like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you telling people stuff like that? And I knew she was mad at me. The next day I got off the bus from school, I knew when I went home that I was going to get a lecture. So instead of going right home, I went to my friend's house. And I said, girl, do you have construction paper and some markers? Because I got to do some Hallmark shit to get in their good graces. So I made them a card, and it had a seagull on the front with like a big mouth, a big beak, and it was flying over the ocean. And it said, I'm sorry I told the whole ocean. I don't remember what the inside of the card said, because I spent most of my time on the outside, on the cover. But I gave that to my mom when I went home. At that point, I was in more trouble for like not going right home, making the detour to go and make that card and not coming home first like I was always supposed to. So the card didn't go over well. The card didn't really win me any brownie points like I thought that it would. But this is how I thought about things as a kid. Like the first time I took a shower by myself, I genuinely thought I was going to come out of the shower, and that when I went into the dining room, they were going to have a cake for me for taking a shower. Maybe with like a fondant shower on it. I don't know. But I did some annoying shit. And as far as punishments, I would just be like, go to your room. Like when an annoying kid does something, like just go to your fucking room. It was mostly that. Then when I was a teenager, I really was not like a bad teenager. I didn't smoke weed until adulthood. I didn't drink in high school. Like I didn't do any of that stuff. Like I just, girl, I don't know. I had an imagination. Me and my friends would just fuck around. The worst thing we did was go on Omegle. And that was bad. There was stuff on Omegle no child should see. But I really didn't get into much. I was always supposed to come home within a certain window of time. And they were very strict about that. If you couldn't already tell, I was the oldest. So it's like one of those guinea pig things where it's like they're learning how to deal with a teenager for the first time. And I'm also being a teenager for the first time. So that doesn't work out well. And I was like, why did they have to be so fucking strict about what time I get home? Like, relax. Then I had a crush on a boy. And we were on the same bus together. And he used to walk me pretty much to my house, like, to like the point where there was like a big intersection, and then we lived a couple blocks down, and we would stand there and talk for long periods of time. I didn't want them to know that I liked a boy because I felt like he was going to become my boyfriend. And my parents were the kinds where it was like, if you want to go hang out at a friend's house, we need to meet them first. If you wanted, especially if you wanted to have a boyfriend, we need to meet them first. And they still were like iffy on letting me do that. So I was like, fuck, I can't tell them why I'm coming home late. And I also don't want to stop talking to this guy. And he did end up becoming my boyfriend because we did that for a while. Like we would just stand there on the intersection and talk for like forever. Like sometimes like up to an hour. And I always knew I was going to get in a lot of fucking trouble after that. So I would come home, we'd get into it and go back and forth. They took away what they could take away. There wasn't much. It was like I had a phone, like a shitty cell phone, took that away, took away the Wi-Fi stick from my computer. And then they were running out of ideas because there wasn't much else. What else can you do? So I kept coming home late. Sometimes it was only by like 5, 10, 15 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer. And at that point, I was doing it in like a rebellious way. Like, fuck you. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm literally a couple blocks down. It doesn't matter. But I still won't give them a reason why I'm coming home late because I don't want to explain everything. So there was nothing left except for my door. One day I came home late. My stepdad got so fucking mad. He took the hinges off my door and just took my door away. Now I have to get changed in the bathroom every time I put on clothes. And honestly, as a teenage girl, one of the worst punishments there is to take my fucking door away. That, like, I can laugh at it now because it's so far removed. But at the time, I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? What is this? I know I'm coming home late. I don't know if you think I'm coming home late from doing drugs, from like my doing drugs appointment, or from drinking alcohol and having sex, but none of the above, actually. I think it was just like the unknown was scaring them. And I was like, I'm just talking with my friends. That's literally it. That's it. And so I lost the door for a little bit, for a couple of days. And then it was given back. And then, of course, taken away again. At that point, I said, don't even screw it in. Don't screw it in. Because I promise you we're going to get into it again. That period of time was so hard because it was like we just could not get along. And that was probably so stressful for my younger siblings. But what they didn't take away was my Wii because they didn't know the Wii could go online. So I would turn on my Wii and I would, with the fucking Wii remote, which took forever, I would write on Facebook Messenger to my eventually boyfriend and to my friends. And then one day, I guess forgetting that I don't have a door or just thinking nobody was about to come around the corner to my bedroom, I was typing out a message and I got caught. I think my stepdad walked in and he was like, what the fuck is this? How are you doing this? I said, it's the future, old man. We can go online on anything. So yeah, go ahead and take the Wii away. I'll just text from the microwave or something. Go ahead. Or you could just leave me with one way to communicate with the outside world. Just leave it. But the Wii did get taken away. And then I had to earn everything back one by one. That was probably the worst of the punishments that I had that I can think of. It was never like anything crazy. And thank God for that. Seriously, thank God. But like taking my door off the hinges. Literally Butters. I'm Butters. Like the way that his parents would like ground him for anything. That's what I felt like. In reality, not knowing where your teenage daughter is for like an hour after school, very scary. But I was like, I'm just like fucking hanging out. Oh my God. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. I was like, just expect me to come home an hour late. I would try to negotiate with them. I'd be like, can we like extend the window then? Can I just have a few minutes to like hang out? They were not willing to budge. And neither was I. So there goes the door. Got to get all my socializing in at school now that you've taken my Wii. I remember before that, the Wii was always my backup. If I got in trouble for doing something or for coming home late or whatever it was, the Wi-Fi stick in the computer was the first thing to go. But I remember I was messaging on Wii with like my first ever boyfriend. We only dated for a couple of months. And we were talking back and forth. And it was through Facebook Messenger on the Wii that he told me that if we couldn't have sex, that he didn't know if he wanted to be in this relationship. And then I had to respond with a Wii remote. Soul crushed, thinking, okay, well in Twilight, they literally didn't even have sex and they had like the strongest romantic connection possible. So I don't know what all of this sex stuff is about, but you need to relax. And then guess what? We broke up because I wouldn't have sex with him. But to find out on a Wii, it didn't feel good. You already feel pretty small messaging somebody from a Wii. It's just kind of like insult to injury. I did some annoying shit as a kid, though. As a kid, I didn't get grounded or anything. I just got sent to my room a lot, and I get it. One day when I was like 6 years old, maybe, again, like around that age, I was so annoying at that age. But I woke up one day and I decided that I was going to take a permanent marker to my mom's computer. And on every single one of the keys that I didn't understand, so like because I didn't understand what they meant, I figured she wouldn't either, I wrote no in black permanent marker. And then on the keys that I did get, that I did understand, like the letters of my name, I wrote yes. Yes, you can use this one. And I also wrote no on the screen. I wish I remembered if they like were able to get any of it off or not. All I know is that when I showed it to my mom, I thought she was going to have a positive reaction, and I have no idea how I ever thought that. But you know what? I could have been a fire starter. So it could have been worse. Was I annoying, and did I used to go crazy with a permanent marker sometimes? Yes. I could have been starting fires. There are people out there who have to watch their kids for fire starting. It could have been worse. It could have been annoying and scary. I think it was just fucking annoying. Like my mom would wake up and see that I microwaved a bunch of marshmallows. Why did you do that? Saying that out loud, there was probably a chance that I could have started a fire doing that. But I would never intentionally start a fire, you know? Because there's a difference. Okay, I think that's going to be it for this one. And happy Pride. I forgot to say happy Pride. Happy Pride. Be who you are for your pride, of course. And thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being you. Seriously, you guys. I'll see you in another episode. It'll be posted at the same time next week. That is when we will meet again.